right, which one of these do I build first? Let's go for him. So I woke up this morning and the new video is out. I'm obviously talking to myself until someone jumps on, but if you're just watching this back, the new video came out this morning, and that was the Bloom Spike kits. I thought I get straight back into it, building these guys. Hey Tim, how you doing? So yeah, I'm just building some Skaven. These are the models that Games Workshop sent me a couple of weeks ago. Actually, more than a couple of weeks ago. And I thought I'd just start building them. So hopefully I can show you guys what I'm building when I'm building it. I just thought I may as well jump on and have a bit of company while I'm doing it. Hey, George. Yes, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you very much, Tim. You'll have to excuse my hair. It's an absolute mess. I've just gotten back from walking Ollie with Janice, and yeah, I had my hood up the entire time. So my hair is doing its own thing, but who cares? So yeah, I've obviously been talking about doing more of the narrative battle reports, and I was trying to think of cool armies that I could use, which I'm really happy with the paint job on, and obviously that's more of the more recent models that I've done, and I'm really happy with the Skaven models that I've painted up. So I thought, you know what, this is a perfect opportunity for getting some more of them painted up, because as I said, I've got a couple more. I have the Master Molder downstairs. He's ready to be primed, and then I've got Kritok, Fileblade, I've got the Storm Vermin, I've got like the gun, assault gun team, and I'm now building the Arch Warlock. So I thought I'd just jump on and chat to you guys whilst I'm doing that. So let's just watch the video. Thank you very much, mate. As I said to you before, your painting is absolutely insane, absolutely incredible. I'm very, very appreciative that you took the time to watch the video as well. I thoroughly enjoyed making that video. As I said in the video, I kind of messed up the release date. I thought I had until next week, so I was like, yeah, I've got plenty of time. And honestly, I think I'm just going to do this from now on. I'm not going to try and force myself to get it out on the release date. Obviously, if I can get it out on the release date, I will. But excuse my stomach there. But yeah, it was just too much pressure, and that's not what I want. I want to enjoy this, and realistically, as I've said many times before, I want to make this, you know, a kind of full-time gig at some point. I would like to have that option, and if I'm not going into it with the right mindset, it's just not going to happen. So I really appreciate that. How's your day going? Is anyone else working on anything? Dracothian Guard, nice, beautiful models. I think I have 8 of them, and I've painted one up in my new Stormcast scheme, and there's a video coming out on that. Don't know when it's going to happen, but I've painted one up fully. I just need to finish the other one and do like a little bit of a video on that. But I think with the new video, I found a new way of filming videos that is more my style and puts a lot less pressure on things feeling like a painting tutorial, because I enjoy painting. I don't enjoy breaking it down and teaching people what to do, because honestly, there's amazing channels out there, like my friend Lloyd, the painting coach, War Hipster. There's so many incredible painting channels out there that I just don't feel like I'm going to be adding to that. And that's just not what I enjoy doing. And yeah, the new style of that video was very much in line with that. So hopefully people like it. Oh, good man. Working on some Krieg. Nice. What Krieg models are you working on? I'm very keen to see what you do with them as well, because I imagine that the Krieg very much suits your painting style as well, dude. Because if you know what I mean by that, like some painting styles just match people's way of painting, and obviously you can, you know, make the models match. But I think what you could do with the Krieg is going to be awesome looking. So please keep me updated with that, mate. I love how the new models come together. The new box set, it's got a big project coming up, Dark Compendium. Lots of kit. Ooh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that box was fun. That box was actually a lot of fun. As I said, at the moment, my passions are a little bit more into AOS, just in terms of like the game side of it. But I always appreciate the let me see, what is that? Okay. Yeah, I always appreciate 40k. I think 40k like is, I mean, you cannot compete with 40k's lore. Like that's just a given. Like the lore is so damn good. But yeah, AOS right now has my heart. I was going to get a new Git mob in my local store because there's a few in early access, but they already sold out. Damn. Well, that's, I mean, that sucks, but that's a good sign. It is a fun box, and that's, something I try to get across in my videos is that I'm not a pro gamer. The rules are, it's a shame that the rules aren't as good as, the people who play the game a lot more than me would like them to be. I get that, and I get when, it kind of can sour your opinion on something. You're like, no, they're not even going to be that good. But a part of why I like doing the box to board challenge is because it shows you how much time you're going to get from the box. And just like anything, if you're going to invest in something, you want to get a good amount for your investment. And that's kind of why I do the time thing. It's not to do like, how fast can I do this? Because no, I don't want to do that. It's more just, hey, look, this, if you're going to buy this box, this is realistically what you can expect to get for your investment. And yeah, that was a fun box to work on. So hopefully you can get it, Tim. All right, bro. I just thought I'd say hi online, even though I might right now. I appreciate that, Jimmy. Well, that's yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate you checking in. It's a shame that you're not doing what most of us here are doing, which is hobbying. But hopefully you can get to that at some point. I love your new video. Also love the style you shoot stuff. Great to see the person and the personality. Ah, dude, I appreciate that. Like that video, honestly, I think I've found a rhythm, or I feel like I found my flow with that last video. I enjoyed every single aspect of it. I enjoyed the conceptualization of it. I enjoyed the painting. I enjoyed the building. I enjoyed the editing, the shooting, the editing. Every part of it was fun for me. Again, a lot of work. In fact, I was working on it pretty much all day yesterday and today. But again, this is all brand new to me. As I said in the video, it's only 2 years old. The channel is only 2 years old, so there's so much more I can learn, and I'm excited to do that, which is the main part of it. Speaking of legends, though, yeah, Chuck. By the way, if you guys don't follow Chuck on Instagram or on YouTube, please go and check him out. I'm literally about to shout you out here. Yeah, Strength Hammer. If you're not following Strength Hammer, please do. This guy he has been such a big supporter of mine, just a good friend to me, and I really appreciate that. So he actually hooked me up with Vince to jump on the channel last week. So again, thank you so much for that. Love you too, man. Hope you enjoy the video as well. I saw, yeah, because you messaged me and I was like, hey, might jump on the live. I'm just building some Skaven, some rat bros right now. I was looking at some of their rules last night, and I just thought they look like they'd be a fun army to play with. And I really want to use the Brood Terror, the big model that I painted for the Skaven video. If you haven't seen that, go and check it out. It was a very fun video. I'm just trying to get this piece of sprue off. It's a real pain. Yeah, as I said, I do so much painting that I rarely get a chance to battle. So I think I'm going to try to get more. And those battle reports as well, they seem to be getting more views, which is really cool. I really appreciate that because they take a lot of time too. And yeah, as I said in the video, I think there's something different compared to all the other battle reports out there. And that's not me saying like those are bad. They're freaking amazing. But just like the painting thing, I don't feel like I've got anything to add to that. So I may as well do something different and lean into an aspect of the hobby that I really appreciate, which is like trying to imagine what's going on. Like, I don't know did anyone play like any of the tabletop games or not the tabletop, like Rome Total War or Age of Empires or anything like that? Because if you did, like that's what I'm trying to think whenever I'm playing games. I'm trying to imagine what's going on, and I try to have that like yeah, I just try to let my imagination take over rather than just being a board game where like I'm moving this piece here and this piece here. I'm like trying to imagine like a group of 20 clan rats like rushing over to a Troggoth or something like that. I just think that's cool. And that's part of why I like playing as human as well, because they give you a sense of perspective on things. Like whenever you can see a human on the board, you're like, okay, I know this guy, this human's roughly this size of human. That then gives you perspective. Sorry, can you hear Ollie shouting downstairs? It gives you perspective on the size of everything, which is just sick. Ollie's not happy. He's clearly not getting any of Janice's lunch. Chris, you're the man. I've been watching your videos since the book. Dude, I appreciate that. That Deathwing box, that was over a year ago, which is cool. That was actually, I think I made that video just before I went over to see my friend in Callum in Canada, and stayed at Mini Wargaming. And this time next week, I'll be getting ready to head off to go and see him again and spend some time with Dave from Mini Wargaming. So yeah, it's a timely video. Really appreciate that, Chris, and I'm glad I can give you something to do while you're doing cardio. Before AOS 4th edition, I didn't like the Skaven, then Skaven time release. Yeah, same. Skaven were always kind of like, nah, they're fine. Models looked old. Didn't really like the aesthetic. And then, yeah, I started seeing more and more of the Skaven time stuff, and I was like, oh. And then I painted them all. Yeah, big fan of Skaven now. It's hard to, again, I think they're one of the armies that I would recommend to people just for the sheer fun of it. And, at the end of the day, that's all I care about. As I said in the video, rules change constantly, but the model's aesthetic, well, takes a while sometimes. Hey, Kieran. Thanks for jumping on. What do you guys think of the new clothes as well, by the way? This is something I've been trying to do for, I'm back, my precious. I've been trying to do clothes for a while and couldn't find a way of doing them until I found then the fourth wall. And yeah, I mean, I'm not joking. I have not taken this off. And then there's the hoodie, the t-shirt as well. Both very nice fits. So again, it's not a sales plug, but if you like comfy clothes and you want to support my channel, then it's a no-brainer. And then speaking of Callum, he is just go there. Nice. I am making that guy right there, the Arch Warlock. I'm just trying to get through my Skaven models because they've been sitting just gathering dust for the last couple of months, and that just feels like a shame. And I'm wanting to play more and more of the narrative battle reports, and I think that Skaven will be a fun army to play with. So yeah. Dude, the hoodie is clean. It is, dude. It is honestly better than I expected. I ordered it just before I went to Bristol last week to play D&D with all my friends, and it just arrived like the day before, and I didn't take it off the entire weekend. It's so nice. Someone was like, "Oh, is that a Gymshark hoodie?" And then I turned around and was like, "Nope, it's better than that. It's more war." I like the distressed gray as well. I was going to go for black, but I thought we'll keep the top black and then the hoodie gray. And then we've also added, like, instead of just having more war, we've got like the 5+ armor save, which I thought was good, and I actually want one of those now as well. Someone who started weight loss journey, etc., eating properly. Have we got any? So, Mr. Chabot, right over my shoulder there is my book that I could talk ad nauseum about everything you could do, but honestly, that book is going to give you everything you need, and I'm so proud of it. I released it at the start of the year there, and that will give you everything you need. It's on Amazon, so if you want to go and check that out, and if you can leave a review, if you do get it, leaving reviews for it is massive. But I'm more than happy to answer any questions you've got right now. But honestly, that's the best thing I could say. It's like I think it's on sale at the moment, like discount for like 15 bucks. So yeah, that is honestly what I would suggest. And by the way, look at my golden boy in the corner. So it feels like a shame blocking him, but I'll tell you what, here we go. We can't hide Sanguinius. But yeah, dude, honestly, ask any questions. Oh, I could actually. Yes, thank you very much, Kieran. I'll do that right now. Amazon. So, Fitness Without Limits. And the book is honestly as simple as I could make it. I did not want to make a book that was for my peers. I wanted to make a book for people like my mum and my mother-in-law. She's got it. Let me see. Does that work? I think it might be too long of a. Damn it, the actual link's too long. Let me see if I can get another one. Yeah, the book is honestly super easy to read, and I'm extremely proud of it. There we go. Let me see. How do I shorten that link? I'm gonna have to go to a link shortener, aren't I? Link shortener. Let's get this in here for you guys. Ugh, it's making me sign up to something. I don't want to sign up to something. Just let me shorten the damn link. No. There we go. There's a free one. Oh, sneaky boy. There we go. Okay, so here is the link. There we go. Okay, sounds great. Just wanted to ask about protein powders. When should I drink a protein shake, before or after? Honestly, so treat protein shakes like any other food. So replace what you just asked with chicken breast or tuna or anything like that. Protein shakes they have this reputation of being something special. They're not. It's just a source of protein. In fact, it's probably the most nutritiously dense source of protein. Well, it's the most bioavailable source of protein, as in you get everything you ingest. It's just a byproduct of milk. Again, the way it's been marketed, though, would lead you to believe that it's something special. It's not. I've worked with sponsors. I've worked in this industry now for 15 years. Protein shakes are nothing special. It's just what it is. It's just a protein shake. When you have it is entirely up to you. Obviously, we could talk about meal timing and all that stuff, but that's like way up in terms of like the pyramid of what is important. Meal timing is like way up there. If you're not getting the adherence and the consistency, none of that matters. What matters is you're getting enough protein to fuel and to, support your goal. And another thing I will tell you is that a lot of people think that when you're trying to build muscle, you need more protein. But it's actually the other way around. When you're trying to lose weight, it's actually more important to get more protein, because you're in a catabolic state, which means your body is essentially getting like, hey, get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of this. And your body does not need, like my arm does not need to have this amount of muscle tissue to do what my arm is designed to do, which is this. It doesn't need that much. So it's going to get rid of muscle tissue first. And body fat is probably the last thing. Whereas if you're paying the rent as such for the muscle tissue and you're using it, your body's going to be more encouraged to use body fat and get rid of that. So yeah, I would highly encourage getting your protein intake up. And if using a protein shake is an easier way for you to do it, absolutely fine. This is my job. So yeah, and I absolutely love it still. Lost 20 kilos by regularly exercising, cutting down sugar. No expert making it simple. Yeah, keeping it simple, dude. I couldn't say it better, Cameron. Like, just keep it simple. It is unbelievable how many people complicate this when it doesn't need to be complicated. And I get it, there's so much mixed information going on there, but the reason why there's so much mixed and conflicting information is because everybody is different. What works for me is not going to work for any of you guys. My lifestyle is entirely different. My priorities are different. Everyone's bodies are different. So if it was as easy as like, hey, just do this, we would, or here, this is how you eat. But everybody is. So a really good example is I had 2 clients, and I always ask my clients, like, what was your win? Like, give me a win for this week. One of my clients said her win for the week was saying no to pizza. And the other one said her win was saying yes to pizza. Because the one who said yes to pizza was so restrictive in the way she ate that saying yes to pizza was a big deal for her. Like, she was so elated in the fact that she could just go to her friends and eat like everyone else instead of eating like a bodybuilder out of Tupperware. And then the other person had struggled a lot with, her weight, and saying no to pizza was a big deal for her. So again, there's so many variables that go into nutrition and everything, that it's best to just stick to principles rather than, specific things. And that's exactly what I coach. And Yeah, you got to find out what works for you, but honestly, keep it simple. If it's complex and stressful, it's not going to work long term. I was saying to my wife yesterday that I think why I have been able to get the results that I've gotten with my clients and myself is because I know who I am. I know that, if the gym in my house is untidy, I'm not going to go and train in there. So the simplest thing I can do is go and tidy up the gym. Like, you have to set your environment up to work for you and your goals, and know who you are and know the BS that you play, because that's essentially what you're doing. You're playing chess with yourself. You're playing mental chess, and you know all the moves that you're going to make. So knowing that, and then making the right moves, it kind of becomes like a bit of a chess game, which is fun. Currently making the Lord of the Rings. Nice, Karen. Nice. Yeah, honestly, I'm on a cut, and getting protein has been a number one priority. Love it, Chris. Any ideas on what color I should paint my dragons? That's a good question. That's a question I had to ask myself a few times. I ended up, you'll see in the video, but I ended up with quite a grounded look with mine. But that's the thing with them; you could go so many colors with them, and they all look great. What color are the Stormcast that are riding them? That's probably a good question to ask. So, what scheme is your Stormcast army? Because ideally, you would like to find something that complements them. Oh, very nice. That's a very nice way of putting it together. But yeah, any fitness questions, by the way, guys, like, more than happy to answer them. I love making this more simple for people. So that's been my job for the last 15 years. So I've got to enjoy it, right? To do anything for 15 years, you need to enjoy it. And I've been training myself since I was in the gym since I was 16. I'm 35 next month. So I've been consistent with things, you could say that. This is a sick looking model. How does that attach? Painted with dark metallic colors. Ooh, okay. Have you got like a signature color? The way mine have like the red in them? I mean, a dark gray. I think dark greens look great as dragons. Red's also a really good dragon color. Honestly, that's the cool thing about them. You know what I would do, actually? I would go online and just search like lizards and look at some of the patterns that lizards have, or even snakes, and just see what catches your eye. Like, I would suggest having them on a fairly big screen and zoom out and just see where your eye is drawn to. And then obviously you don't have to copy it exactly, but that might give you an idea about what direction you want to go in with them. That's kind of what I did. And then I ended up going with quite a dark color, which I think it works well. Bright blue. Yeah. Crondus. So if you check out Crondus, the Draconith leader. Is it Crondus? Yeah. I have Kazurai, the red one, and that blue is stunning looking. Like, really, really cool. It might pop against the darker armor as well, which would look, again, anything that contrasts just grabs the eye. And then also you've got to consider like how much fun it would be to paint them. That's another aspect I always think is like, okay, if I could paint one, but do I want to paint another one, or more than that? So that's something I always try to factor in whenever I'm deciding any schemes. There we go. I think that's why I like my Stormcast so much, because painting them up was it's just a charm. Like, I absolutely love painting them up. In fact, I'm still excited. I've still got some Stormcast I need to paint up, and I'm actually keen to get them done because I enjoyed this game so much. It's so simple and so, it's just so accessible. I think that's a good way of phrasing it. Your battle mode primarily be battle reports primarily be AOS, but it's not good enough. AOS battle reports. Yeah, probably for now. As I said, I'm treating this entire process, this entire channel, everything I'm doing as so I'm not gonna do something if I'm not passionate about it, and because I think it comes across, and even just from the comments already, from my friends and in the comments on the current video, I think you can tell when someone's passionate about something. It just comes across. There's no faking about it. Whereas if I feel like I'm trying to force myself to do something I'm not really into, I mean, I'm just not about that. But I will say, and this is the thing, I've noticed there's a trend. I'll go from AOS to 40K to AOS. So 2 years ago when I went to see my friend Callum, I was obsessed with AOS. Last year, I was obsessed with 40K, and we played a lot of in fact, I went on mini wargaming. I played against Scary. I think it was Scary. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I played Tyranids versus Guard. I was super into 40K then, and I went for about a year being really into 40K. Now I'm back to AOS. So I'm probably just going to lean into whatever I'm enjoying at the time. And I know, look, it maybe makes more sense to lean into 40K because there's a bigger range. It's a much more popular game system. But as I said, if I'm not passionate about something, I ain't doing it. That's the same thing I found out with my fitness career. People were like, "Oh, you should do home workouts and stuff like that." I was like, "No, I don't. I have no interest in home workouts, and it's very hard for me to push myself to do something if I'm not interested in it." That was my entire school experience. I hated school. Absolutely hated it. If I'm not interested in it, good luck to you. Get me to do it. No, I've got anything in my tribe. Oh, coral snake or a king snake. That would be sick. It's just that challenge as well. Do you have an airbrush, Tim? Or are you just going to go good old paintbrush? How's everyone else doing? I can see there's 22 of you watching, which is mad because I just jumped on. There's no no lead up to this at all, which is something I'm going to try and work on. I'm going to try to get more scheduled times for these, but I just thought, you know what, I'm going to be sitting building. I'll see if anyone else wants to jump on and listen to me ramble and build some rats. Can't afford a compressor. Ah, that sucks, dude. Damn it, I have a spare one here as well. I mean, I'm pretty sure you don't live in the same country, but love that, bro. Once I get settled in my move, I'm going to do some hobby streams as well. So it's refreshing to chop it up. People have prepared. Yeah, dude, Chris. Yeah, I agree. It's just cool. Like the fact that you guys are wanting to spend your time watching me and chatting to me. Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievably humbling. I hope that comes across because I struggled to tell you guys how much it means to me. Like every comment, every interaction I get with the channel, I try my best, as you guys will maybe see. I try to respond to every single comment on the channel, but it's getting to the point now where it's mad. I'm trying my best to keep up, but it's difficult. But yeah, I hope people can see how much I appreciate it, and I do. I appreciate it a lot. Like it's amazing to me. So thank you guys. My brother is 11. All good, painting up my Stonecast prosecutors. Nice. I've got another box of them as well, which I'm very tempted to paint up soon. Kieran, my brother's 11. He wants to do weightlifting. I don't know where to start with. Any ideas? AOS Club. Amazing. Chuck, have a fantastic day, sir. And I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you have a great day at AOS Club. I'm so jealous. I wish I had more Warhammer friends like you. I just wish I had you in my life, to be honest. I wish there wasn't, a ridiculously long flight separating us. Okay, so weightlifting. Look, this whole thing of weightlifting stunts your growth is nonsense. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Again, all the comments and stuff mean a massive amount. Sharing it, sharing the video. If you guys could, share the video with someone, anybody. I have a goal this year. It's a lofty one to get to 40,000 subscribers because I've never been to Warhammer World, and that will be I'm off to Warhammer World, and my friend Lloyd, the painting coach, said he's going to join me on that. So yeah, all the shares make a big, big difference. Yes, the Arch Warlock. Well done. Good spot. Okay, Mike. So Kieran, yes, your brother. There's this idea that weightlifting stunts your growth. Okay, so first of all, that was an observation made by scientists when they went into a gym and literally looked around and went, oh, there's a lot of short people in here. This must stunt your growth. Sounds like real good scientists to me. And then also you got to consider the fact that what parent would put their kid through a scientific study that they know could potentially stunt their growth. There is not really any scientific proof that backs that up. However, I would suggest at 11 sticking to just body weight stuff like pull-ups, calisthenic stuff, push-ups, pull-ups. I did that with my dad. I've been doing push-ups and pull-ups and sit-ups with my dad since I was 4. I was doing pull-ups off my bed, my bunk bed. And the reason why I did it was just simply because my dad was doing it and I wanted to be like my dad. I still do want to be like my dad. My dad's my hero. And so I would just get him involved with just that. Again, light weights as well. I had, up to 5 kilo dumbbells in my room. So I was doing bicep curls with that. As long as he's not like really lifting significant weight that's going to cause any, damage to him, he'd be fine. But I would suggest, from a professional perspective, I would say stick to body weight stuff, get really good at mastering your own body weight, and you can go a long way with that. Dude, I appreciate that, Chris. I mean, look, you guys are how it's going to happen. There's nothing I can do to get someone to click on a button. But you guys can, if every single person who's subscribed right now tells 2 people to subscribe, we'd be on like 30,000 subscribers. Like immediately, 36,000? It's mad. The fact that it's on what? Is it 11,000? Where are we at? 12,605. What on earth is happening, guys? Like this time last year, I was at 2,700, I think. It's amazing. It's so cool. So cool. Six Nations, nice. I watched my first rugby match for the first time in about 10 years at the last weekend. Let's see. I'm much more into American football, which I'm going to be watching the Super Bowl on Sunday. It's going to be a late night. Kieran, my absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure, dude. As I said, I'm more than happy to help people out with this stuff. I still remember my first gym session with my friend Callum, the one I'm going over to visit, and being absolutely terrified. So if I can help anyone get over that or feel that a little bit more confident, I'm absolutely willing to help. I'm rooting for the Eagles. My wife's an Eagles fan, and I would love Saquon to win it. And let's face it, Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs. Honestly, I'm not like against the Chiefs, but they've won 3 already. Like, it's a bit boring. I think for the sport of football, it's probably going to be better for the Eagles to win, just from that perspective. I was watching the Pat McAfee show the other day, and you could see the drop-off of views when it was the Patriots. When the Patriots had their, I think it was like 3-peat, nearly their 3-peat. They obviously didn't get that, but the viewership of the last one just dropped off a face of dropped off a cliff because people just fed up seeing the same team winning. Cool part is the more you grow, the faster you grow. It's like a snowball. So good people go from 10K to 150. I mean, Chris, that's what people have been saying to me. Like, there is like a snowball effect, and I've seen that. But my main thing is just keep showing up, keep uploading, keep enjoying the process. Just like training, and that's why a lot of things kind of relate back to training for me. It's not a single session that built muscle tissue. It wasn't a single workout that got me to where I am today. It was just showing up over and over and over and over again. I'm doing the simple things, just doing those well. But yeah, these videos take a lot of work, like a lot of work. And if you work out how much I get paid in ad revenue, it's in fact I've purposely not, because I'm like, nope. Just ignoring that. I'm just going to keep going. This is not about that. If it gets to that point eventually, that's awesome. But yeah, for now, it's just enjoy the process. And when I need to start taking it more seriously, I will. But right now, I'm having fun with it. Yeah, the right answer. Yeah. Share the glitz video on my painting Discord, main of mine, Spearhead. Nice, dude. I appreciate that, Cameron. That again, sharing it, stuff like that on Discord and just telling them, hey, make sure you subscribe. It goes a massive way. So I appreciate that a lot, dude. Thank you. Where are you going? What is happening with you, you weird claw? Is it that way? Hold up. Oh, yes, I was doing it the wrong way. Of course. That's silly of me. Have you got any ideas for different types of videos in 2025? Yeah, I mean, honestly, success leaves clues. The videos I'm doing are, they're doing well. I've got a couple different ideas for videos in terms of, the styles of videos, but I think box to board are going to be a kind of staple for the channel. When you click on a video, I would like you to know a little bit of what's involved, but hopefully you're coming back for my presentation of it as well, which is, that's the goal. And I'm going to stick to that, stick to what I know, and just try to improve each time I do it. And that's all I can really do. It's like training, keeping the basics. I say this to people all the time. There's absolutely no need to complicate your workouts. Master the basics before you even think about any of that stuff. Most of the muscle tissue build is going to be from the basic movements you do over and over and over again. Bent over rows, lat pull down, pull ups, squats, leg press. Those are the meat and potatoes. The rest are just kind of dessert. The exercises you see people doing that are like a bit mental looking, they're just doing that for fun, just for their own entertainment. So yeah, the videos I'm going to keep to, I'm going to try to keep improving my presentation, my editing, my camera work, all that stuff. That's my main focus this year. I'd like to do more collaborations, and I'm tempted to do an AOS tournament. I don't know if any of you guys watch The Honest Wargamer, but I watch his content a lot while I'm editing or while I'm shooting, and I would love to go and do a tournament at one of his tournaments because he just seems like a good dude. So I'd like to go and maybe have a bash at some AOS tournaments and maybe shoot a video in relation to that. Maybe I've got that one planned. You'll have to see. And I'm an American who lives in the south of Boston. I've been a Patriots fan. Who do you support in the NFL? So it's a good question. I am like, I would be a Falcons fan, but I'll be honest, I'm more of a player fan than anything. I like, but as you know, teams trade players a lot. It's very rare to see a player playing for the same team their entire career. So I'm more of a player supporter than a team supporter because teams change so much as well. When the Falcons doing well, love it. But I am more a supporter of the individuals. So yeah, Falcons, but anyone who I think just is a decent person. That's kind of the way I look at it. And I know that's a bit of a, that's like sacrilegious to a lot of people, but I don't care. I'm a 35-year-old man. I don't care what other people think about what I do. I'm going to do what I want. And if they have a problem with it, sounds like a them problem, not a my problem. Same as teams in the final, the worst that can happen. No, not in soccer actually. I was as a kid, but I sucked at it and never got playing. And in fact, I used to go to Saturday morning football every morning, every Saturday, sorry, and I only ever scored a single goal. And yeah, my brother's massively into football. My two nephews are really into it. The last football match I watched was my nephew's match, and he scored a goal. So I was very proud. But no, I haven't watched soccer in a long, long time. I have an appreciation for it, but yeah, just not my thing. There we go. Good morning. One of my Patreon supporters. Where we are. Let's see. Love when you get something to line up and then you take it apart to then glue it together and then you completely forget how it went together. There? Ah, there we go. Okay, cool. Gotcha. What is everyone else working on? What is everyone's plans today? I'd love to know. I love hearing what you guys are working on and hearing what you guys are up to. It's very dark in here, actually. I might turn on the light. Yeah, anyone who's watched the latest video, give me feedback. Like, let me know what you thought. Like, let me know what you would like to see more of. And obviously, if I can, I will. Ugly big light. Man, that helps. Excuse me. Sick with the flu. Oh, damn. Made a horrendous choice to finish 85 Fire Slayers. That's a task. That's a task. Good luck with that. Ron John, I hope you feel better soon, and good luck with painting Fire Stars. I actually have I think I got 2 of not the Combat Patrol, but whatever it was, where you get the Magma Droth. I have 2 of those boxes. And then I think it's the Magma Guard, the ones that have the guns. And I think I got most of them painted up, but they were just so samey. I really and I get that they're supposed to, but they were just hard to motivate myself to paint pretty much the same model over and over again. Again, I love the idea of them, and I probably will get around to painting them at some point, but there we go. There he is done. Let me see. Kazurai, nice. Kazurai was a lot of fun. I love that model. It was one of the models I was just super proud of. He sits on top of my shelf. And I was going to repaint him, but I looked down and was like, nah, I can't. Maybe one day, but Great Deal in the City Sigmar Battle Force plus Spearhead. And went for me. Nice. Oh, there's nothing better than knowing it's there, just sitting waiting for you. Hope it's going well. It is. Thank you very much. It's going well. The video, let me see. Actually, let's see how many. What's it on now? 1,300 views. What? That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. All right. He is done. Give me a vote, guys. Which one? Do I go Kritok or do I go Wartlock Galvanier? Whoever says it first is what I'll go with. Joe? Very good. Galvanier? Is this the vote? Like, you're the first one to say it, so K-Mag, go with your decision. Hey, might just get this live. What are you working on? Bunch of rats. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Galvanier. Jake, you're that. Again, it was tempting. I've been wanting to paint Kritok for a while. I'm going to try and get all these guys built today so I can prime them because I got a new airbrush station because it's about time I got one. Save my lungs and the kitchen table. But yeah, that's my finger blurring the photo that I sent to my friend Adam. Yeah, I'm looking forward to using that. It's got a light and everything in it. So cool. That's a very healthy way to view fandom as sport athletes who are genuinely good people, no matter who they play for. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like I'm not a softie, but I would be. I'm a bit of a softie. Like I hate seeing people lose, because I know, I've been on that. Everyone's, even if it's a team I'm supporting, if I'm supporting a team or a player and I see the other team lose, I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like it always hurts my heart a little bit. I'm just, again, my dad was very similar, and I just prefer rooting for people. So. Ooh, vampires, nice, Joe. So yeah, I see the people behind the game, and as I said, franchises change, teams change, ownership changes, location of team changes sometimes in American football. So yeah, I'm much more of a supporter of people than teams, but that's just me. I net Deepkin, nice. Any tips on painting Kazra? I'm attempted to underpaint and then inks, then using air. So I didn't actually have an airbrush when I painted him. I actually dry brushed him a lot. It's been a while since I painted him, but he's got a lot of very nice. What's the word I'm looking for? Not material. His skin, the texture of the model works really, really well for dry brushing. So if you fancy dry brushing, it's a good one. Just finished 6 clan rats yesterday. Nice. How much did it cost? The airbrush thing, I think it cost like about 100 pounds. It's not bad considering it's got the lights, it's got the turntable thing, it's gonna, protect my lungs and kitchen table. So yeah, worthwhile investment. This guy looks like he's just playing the guitar. I'm thinking about buying a game Wild Heart. Nice. Is anyone going to be playing Monster Hunter Wild? Because I cannot wait for that game. I got the beta last night, and I'm probably going to play a bit of it today. What do you think of the new Soulblight? I think they look amazing. I'm got my fingers crossed that the guys over at Games Workshop send me that over, because I would love to work on that box. That would be a lot of fun to paint up. I actually have Soulblights as well, like Soulblight Gravelords. I have a fairly sizable army of them already that I had from a couple of years ago, so it'd be cool to add to that. From Sweden. Hello there. How are you doing from Sweden? Dude, that's crazy. I am working on, currently, I'm working on the Galvanier, but I'm working my way through my Skaven backlog. Games Workshop sent me these with the release of Skaven Tide, and I did a video where I painted up some of them, but then a lot of them were just left on the table. And I want to do more battle reports, and I thought, hey, I will paint up more armies so I can have a little bit more variety in those. Scotland. Nice to have you here, brother. Nice to have you here, Scotland. I was going to call you Scotland there, Stephen, sorry. Enjoy massive airbrush popping off. I'm happy to building it. Probably going to check out the Patreon later today. I appreciate that a lot, Cameron. Again, £3. I was at a weekend there with my friends who all drink coffee, and I always joke and say, oh, the Patreon costs less than a coffee. It genuinely does. And those guys were drinking like 4 coffees a day. One of them owns a coffee shop, so he's a coffee snob, but yeah, so for the cost of less than a coffee, you can support me, and it means a massive amount to me. Planning on laptop, the hardware. Where I'm trying to keep up with this chat. This is amazing, guys. Voice got good, guys. Spice it up. Look, the iOS. Yes. I hope you do get some iOS games in, Joe, because I think it's a fun system. And I get it's funny how not negative this community can be, but it's a passion for a lot of people, and I think that comes through. But people getting all bent out of shape about the rules and stuff. I'm like, the rules are going to change a lot, and whilst it does suck to a certain degree, as I said in the video, like the most recent one, how the models look is not going to change. Not for a long time anyway, so just lean into what you think looks cool, and if it looks cool, you're gonna have fun. Like, that's the point of this game, is have fun. Think about how few people actually play to the level where the rules really make their day. If the rules are written in an incorrect way, or the way they don't live up to their expectations, like, there's not a huge amount of people that are playing that competitively. Probably not watching my channel anyway. So yeah, I always try to look on the bright side of things, and that's just who I am, and I really can't complain too much. So if people don't like that, then, as I said, it's not a me problem. In terms of playing Spearhead, do you have a box content? So Spearhead, you literally buy the box that says Spearhead on it. I know it's actually, and that's it. That's literally it. You just pick up the box, and that's your Spearhead army. And yeah, you don't have like points or anything like that. That balanced it pretty well, from what I can tell, anyway. Really fun game. Like, honestly, I think this is actually a good question. I was thinking about making a video on Spearhead, just discussing why I think it's one of the easiest ways and best ways for people to get into AOS. So let me know if you think that'll be a good video. The greatest model there is, the boar from the Focus Army. Oh, that'd be sick. That would be sick. I love seeing people getting creative with this. That's why I love this hobby. Like, creativity is such a cool thing to see, and the creativity within this community is freaking crazy, absolutely crazy. Spearhead video, yes, please. Okay, so there's one. That's one I can definitely work on. Warcry I have not played. I, as I said, I barely get to play games as it is, and I want to play more. So I figure that if I, start trying to do too many things, I'm not going to get anything done. I just know myself. I know myself way too well. So I'm going to try and focus on a few things. And as I said, when this channel, listen to that, when this channel, not if, when this channel gets to the point where it is becoming, realistically my career, which I would love for it to be, I'd love for that to be an option, then I'm obviously going to be able to dive into different things because I'll be able to justify that time. But at the moment, it's going to be, right, what am I passionate about? Number one, am I passionate about it? That's the first checklist I have to make. And then two, am I actually going to be able to contribute time to this and want to contribute time to it? And that's kind of my two criteria at the moment for the content I make. So, and if it's going to be helpful for you guys, but as I said, the most important thing for me personally, and it's kind of selfish, but at the same time, you have to put yourself first. Am I going to actually enjoy it? Because it comes across, I think, if someone's not enjoying it. Something better than giving back to good people when you're a good person for your hobby, your box support videos. Chris, I really appreciate that, dude. That means a lot. That really does. Like yeah, that means a lot. I really, really do appreciate it. And you'll be a part of the Patreon or the Discord as well now. We've launched the Discord, which again, that's actually came up from one of these conversations. Whoa. Sorry, I'm just reading the Stephen's comment there. Whoa. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Stephen. I was reading your comment. I'll go back to that in a second. Yeah, Chris, the Discord actually came up from one of these lives where someone asked me if I was going to start one, and I was discussing whether I should have like a paid one or an unpaid one, and I actually asked the people in the chat, like, what do you think? But I figured if someone's supporting me, that I want to give them back. I want to give back to them, and even if that is just me, being able to see their models or whatever it is, I figure, if people are paying me to do this, then I want to be able to give them something. So yeah, that's why the Discord is a paid Discord, because you guys are doing that. The least I can do is chat to you guys and have you in there and help let you guys help me make this the best it can be. So yeah, I appreciate that. Stephen, that I'm going to take a photo of that if that's okay, because that makes like that means so much to me. I'm so glad that you are enjoying the book. If you can, please leave a review on Amazon. Like that makes such a difference. And yeah, the only way it gets out there is if people like you who have really benefited from it. Like, yeah, it helps a lot. So thank you so much. Here is I'm going to just link it there. The title is Fitness Without Limits. It's right there on my shelf. It's on Amazon. You can leave a review on Amazon. It's on sale at the moment. I think it's like £15. Honestly, I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of it. And honestly, Stephen, I cannot thank you enough for that message. That means more than I could truly express. Yeah, and good luck with the IVF treatment as well. That's something I know a lot about. It is a hard process to go through, and I wish you every success possible. But looking after yourself is the best thing you can do. Get yourself in a position where every effort that you put through is as effective as it can be, and that starts with you as well. So I'm yeah, that did make me a little bit emotional. I'm not going to lie. Thank you. Yeah, dude, I would love to see you in the Discord more. That'd be incredible. Content is awesome. I'm working on the Karn Betrayal right now. I'm glad that I've been able to give you a distraction because you need it. Like going through that, you need something to focus your mind on other than what you're going through at that time. And I am glad that I can play a very, very, very small role in that to help you. I'm working on Carnival Betrayal right now. There's too many points here. Yeah, guys. David E has asked a question. I'd love to see your guys' response to it. Awesome, thank you. You've been getting into fitness now. I'll check that out. Honestly, yeah. As I said, the book is something I'm immensely proud of. I got asked by the publishers if I was interested in writing a book. It was November 2023. And obviously, I would love to because I know I have information and I know that the way I approach health and fitness could help so many people, but I'm dyslexic and I struggle with communicating in that way in the written form, which is why I have a YouTube channel. Because my best way of communicating is through conversations just like this. And I was so nervous about writing the book because I was like, can I and will I be able to get what I'm thinking and what I'm communicating in this medium to that medium? And I can say we did it. I had a writing partner who made the entire process so much easier for me, and we did it. Like, it exists. Like, I'm a published author now, and it's mad to say that. Like, it is crazy. And then reading the audiobook as well. So there's an audiobook that if you're wanting to read or listen to it while you're painting, again, it's thank you so much for pre-ordering the book or ordering the book. That means a lot. If you want to listen to it, you can hear my lovely accent talking my way through the book. That was difficult as well. Reading out loud, challenging as all hell for me. Not only that, but then making it animated. Whenever you're reading something out loud to yourself, it's easy to just read it and not worry about tone or inflection or anything like that. But whenever you're reading it as an audiobook, it's hard work. That was one of the most challenging weeks of my life. And again, something I'm very, very proud of. So I'm going to always encourage people to go and pick it up because it's going to help people. I have dyslexia, but my struggle is reading out loud, hence why I like the audio. But yeah, dude, I mean, same. I found like a really good way of reading for me and really getting the information to sink in was having the book in front of me and then listening to the audiobook. I did that with the Indominus book and the Gaz book, which I believe are up there. One of them is it anyway. I lent the Indominus one to my friend Josh. Cool. Have you ever considered a lower version of your fitness book? Each has a lower fitness book. Oh, tell me more, Andrew. I want to know. I want to know more about what you're thinking. As an avid fan, Warhammer fan, and bodybuilder, it's an honor to support someone who's a parallel passion regardless of you. Chris, I appreciate that a lot. Like, I've been into training. I've done bodybuilding shows. In fact, my last show was 10 years ago. I had the photos. I was talking to one of my clients about it and being like, how, being leaner does not mean happy, because I've experienced it. And being leaner, does not equate to being happy. It's all about trying to find where you feel is a good balance for you in your life. And yeah, but bodybuilding's always been like a passion of mine as well. Do you read Black Library much? I'm trying to, but usually when I actually tried to sign in on my iPad to my Audible, and it wouldn't work. It was such a pain. So that's my reason as to why I've not listened to more. And the book that I absolutely loved was Lion, Son of the Forest. That's been my favorite book so far I've read by a long shot. Kieran, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I've never been able to read a fancy book due to the strong, especially for it. But yeah, Stephen. Like the language they use is crazy. I think once you get to a point where it's almost like you don't need to know what they're talking about as long as you kind of understand the concept of what they're talking about. Like, you don't need to know the names. Like, some of the names are great, but as long as you know they're talking about a person or a planet or a city, I think you can that's how I did it anyway, because there's so much there. that, I was just like, okay, I know that they're talking about a planet. I don't need to know the name of the planet exactly, but I know that that's the context of what they're talking about. I think if you understand the context, you can kind of get through it that little bit better. But yeah, that helped me anyway. Made such a big inspiration for someone who's a personal trainer and into the nerdy hobby. I appreciate that, Sam. That's awesome. How long have you been coaching for? Both ends made really contribution to my mental health. Dude, mental health is the number one thing. I say this to my clients all the time. The most important thing about your health is this thing right here. Everything else from down there can be great, but if this isn't good, none of that matters. So I'm glad that I can help you in that way. I'm getting so distracted on this build. I don't really care though. Like a series of fitness book for each franchise, like an imperial store. Oh yeah. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if it gets to that point, then definitely, I would love to do something like that. I was originally going to do something like that a couple of years ago, but yeah, I just didn't get around to it. I did release the Battle Fit program with Stephen Box. A couple of, well, it was actually last year. But yeah, that stopped, unfortunately. But I would, that's something I'm very passionate about. But I said, with my job at the moment, I've got the perfect balance right now where I've got enough time with my work, enough time to do this stuff. So I feel like I'm like in a really good spot right now, and I don't want to introduce anything that might change that too much. Because yeah, I'm just enjoying my life right now. And again, a big part of that is due to all this. So again, thank you so much, guys. Like the support you guys have given me and everyone else who supports the channel has given me, I can't tell you how much it means to me on a personal level. Whenever I spend all this time editing stuff, the fact that I know that you guys are going to appreciate it means, yeah. When I find a word that describes accurately how much it means to me, I will let you guys know. But my searches for it have been fruitless so far. Let me see. I just finished the book too. Nice, The Horse Heresy. Yeah, Gloomspite is a great AOS book, good mix of humor and light. Yeah. Oh, I've got to check that one out. Actually, the Gloomspite one. 3 years best helping people. Yeah, dude, Sam, that's good. So the average coach, the average PT lasts 1 year. So you're already 3 years in. Good work, man. This is my 15th year coaching now, which is crazy. I still remember like it was yesterday being forced into being a coach. I was a fitness instructor in Fitness First, and then the manager left, and they were like, "Yeah, you're going to be a PT now. You're going to start paying us." And I was like, "No, I'm good." And he's like, "No, you don't have a decision here. It's happening." I was like, "Cool." Best thing ever happened to me. Here we go. Okay, let's get this guy on his rock. Nice. That was actually not easy. That was not too bad. Your battle reports inspire me to learn iOS, bring it to my club, focus more on narrative. But dude, like that's the thing. Like you make this game your own. Like you don't need to play it. Like we're not playing a lot of the rules from the handbook, like General's handbook. We're playing the simple stuff. Start simple, layer it up, just like training. Again, it always comes back to that. Always comes back to training. Keep it simple, digest it. When it stops taking up as much mental energy as it did at the start, then you could add something else in. Then you add and then you just keep doing that until you get to the point where you're playing the games to whatever level you want. And that's how I'm doing it anyway. I think there'll be a hit video series, unique angle as well. Oh, sorry, Keller G. I'm just checking what the. Oh, what did I miss? A hit video series? What did I miss? Just subscribed, liked a couple of your videos, the way you managed to narrate and have fun. Ah, dude, Peter, thank you so much. I'm all the way from Norway. My Norwegian brother. Love it. Definitely please do the Spearhead videos. I need to learn it. Okay. Do you think Soulblight Spearhead is worth it? It's a good question, Joe. Whenever someone says, do I think it's worth it? There's so many factors that factor into that. Like worth it in terms of playing, worth it in terms of hobby time, worth it in terms of your enjoyment. Like honestly, if you think, hey, I would like that, it's in my opinion worth it. Money comes and goes. Like that's the thing. Like whereas your enjoyment of this hobby, we get one go round. Have fun. I think the Soulblight kit looks sick. I think it really does look cool. So yeah, there you go. I'm an enabler, Joe. You know this. Having exists within is what you enjoy. Nothing brings me more joy than helping others, being a service to a generation beneath me. And of course, helping about Templar Army. Yes, Chris. Yes, dude. Honestly, I was talking about this the other day. I grew up and I hated school. My older brother or younger sister were far more suited to academic style of learning than me. So I grew up thinking I was not that smart at all because that's what school makes you feel. Like if you're not doing well in tests, you're not smart. They don't go, oh, he's doing really bad at tests. He must be so intelligent. And then as soon as I felt like I could help someone in the gym, like my friends and I would start training, and because I was so interested in it, I went and learned everything about it as much as I could anyway. And that's the way I just do things. If I'm interested in something, I just go after it. And when my friends started asking me about, oh, I'm trying to get my arms bigger, I'm trying to train my this part of my leg, just pointing at it, and I was like, hey, you can do this, you can do this. That sense of pride in the fact that I could help someone else is something I'll never forget. And especially with my position, I've got cystic fibrosis, so the idea that I can help someone else with their health is crazy to me because, I mean, if anyone knows anything about CF, it's a little bit of a challenge when it comes to your health. So the fact that I could be someone who people look at and be like, he's a healthy individual, I'm going to ask him for advice. It means more to me than I could ever express. English language sucks sometimes. I really wish there was just some better words. Anyone in the chat play Death Garden units in particular? I recommend Morty, Poxwork, Blight Lords. One of my friends play. I actually have some Death Guard as well, and he just started selling some of my stuff that's just not being used. So it's just sitting there and it's taking up more and more room. Now the Games Workshop are sending me stuff. I'm like, oh crap, I'm running out of room again. Boo-hoo me, I get it, but I really need to start getting some of my stuff sold off. So I'm in the book series as a video instead. Oh, nice. Yeah, no, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Been waffling or selling off. But I can't feel to invest in them though. Yes. Yeah. I no, don't do it. Save it all. Yeah, indeed. And WGO, like it's so hard. Like even my cities, I'm like, oh, I invested so much time into them. I feel like I want to keep them, but then do I enjoy playing them? That's what I've realized. Like cities, I love them, but their play styles maybe not mine. Like I'm going to be exploring with different armies to see what play style really suits me. And I honestly think just simple works for me. Barely have to think about it. Have fun and be involved in the actual game. That's the most important thing to me at the moment. So the less I have to worry about inner mechanics, the better. Let me see. Sorry, I'm just have to respond to a couple of WhatsApps. Typhus is pretty OP. Yeah, Typhus is, and Death Shroud, yeah, they're insane. Pain in the ass to get rid of. Sorry, I'm just being antisocial at the moment, trying to catch up on my WhatsApps before they get too crazy. Nice. That's my friend Callum messaging me saying he was watching this and then he watched my video. Playburst colors are great as well. Yeah. Where are you guys based in? Yeah, I'd be curious to see where everyone is from. Okay. Crit Hawk next. That is the Arch Warlock Galvanier. I built the Master Molder this morning. It is Crit Hawk, the little chunky boy. This little pot belly. I love it. London, US, Great Lakes region. Nice. That's a good question, actually, guys. If I was going to do like collaborations, who would you like to see me collaborate? Obviously, it would have to make sense in terms of like, the collaborations. But is there anyone you think that it would be a good collaboration with? With the style of my channel. I would love to get your guys' opinion on that. Belgium, living in Norway, not too far from Oslo, Edinburgh. Nice. Do you have any recommendations for better start spearhead with? Really are, but like the training and better motivation. Cheers, Joe. Right, so Joe, let's get you a spearhead army. What is your play style? What do you like? Do you like magic? Do you like combat? Do you like a balance? Do you like, what's your play style? What do you think you would enjoy the most? I mean, the new Iron Jaws one looks awesome to me. I think it looks sick. I would lean quite well towards that. Critter was great lore, but the model just doesn't live up to the head. I've seen the stats for him aren't great, but he looks awesome. The fact that he's got his sword that he like makes promises to, that was a cool part of the lore for me. Squidmar, Squidmar's he's Squidmar. Like, give me time. In fact, I'll say now, at some point I will meet the guy. At some point I'll do something with him. Just give me time. Let me cook for a while. Let me see where else. Canada, small town in Alberta. I'm going to be in Canada next week. Next Monday, I'll be in Canada. Miscast, that'll be cool as well. Are you happy painting hordes, elite models, and giants? Yeah, that's a good question as well. John Ron, like, what models do you want to paint? Thanks, Chris. Your videos with the painting coach are great. It's funny you should say that, because Lloyd and I, aka the painting coach, are going to be starting a podcast. It's the first time we've announced it, actually. I didn't tell him I was going to announce it, but yeah, we're working on a podcast. We got the name for the channel the other day. We're going to call it the Hobby Hangout. And it's just going to be us chatting, talking about different stuff, talking about what we're working on, talking about events, talking about launches. Basically just us chatting for you guys to listen to while you're painting or hobbying or whatever. So I think we're going to aim for at least a video every 2 weeks. Again, depending on how well it goes, we'll try to increase that to weekly. But right now, I think the easiest thing would be to commit to at least one every 2 weeks. But we'll see. Again, both of us are very, very keen on it. Like, and I mean, we both had a call on Wednesday about it to discuss it. We were going to try and film it yesterday, the first episode, but it was too manic with me trying to get the video done, and I didn't want to rush it because we were both like so hyped about it. He messaged me about it while I was in the airport, and I was so happy to get that message because I've been wanting to do a podcast like for so long, but I didn't know who I would do it with. And then he messaged me. I was like, yes. And I would have actually messaged him, but he works a lot. Like, he's got a full-time job and then his channel. And I didn't want to put any like pressure on him to do it. So I'm so happy that he messaged me. Truffle Shuffle. I am going to be in Mini Wargaming pretty much all of that week, actually. I'm going to be staying in the bunker and hanging out with Dave and then my friend Callum. It's crazy, like, the fact that I'm friends with Dave now and the fact that I was able to help him as much as I've helped him, like with his not his transformation, because that sounds so naff, but like his approach to life now, that just move like that it's so cool. And this is not me being like, oh, that was my day, but that came from a conversation I had with Dave when we were working together on his fitness. Like, I just said to him, Dave, you just need to move. Like, you need to get up, you need to move, you need to find reasons to move. And then he just took it and went with it. And now I'm sure you'll all agree, he is in fantastic shape, and what he's doing is absolutely incredible. Cool up with the guys in Vanguard Tactics. Yep, that is definitely something I would like to do this year. I'll hopefully get down and see Steve and the new studio, get a game in with them. That'd be cool. I love playing tabletop battle report. Like they feel more reliable, relatable ones. Dude, that's it. Yeah, Stephen. Like, I mean, yeah, playing tabletop is an amazing, amazing channel as well. I would love to do battle report with them at some point. I would just be intimidated though because I don't know the rules. I'd just be constantly asking them off camera, like, yeah, what does this guy do? What does this guy do? And I would suck, and the comments would probably be absolutely ruthless with me, but well. Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's literally what I'm doing. I'm just chilling, painting, and trying to do my best to film as much of it as I can. This question gets asked to all mini YouTubers, but get yourself to paint large batches of similar minis. I find, so this is a great question, Peter. I said this in the last video, in the Gloomspite, like painting a test model really helps because you can narrow down your process and almost have it as like an automation thing where you don't really need to be thinking. And I always have something on in the background. I'll also not stick to it if I'm like really getting bored of the same thing. So for example, if I'm painting like the cloth on like all of the wrists of the goblins and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, then I'll go and do part of something else that I do enjoy. If I'm looking at the wolves and being like, hey, I want to paint that wolf, I'll paint the wolf. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no rules in this. Do what you enjoy, lean towards what you enjoy. Get back to what you're doing. Once you've done that, you're like, cool, now I've done this. I want to see what the riders are going to look like. So I'm going to go back to that. That's the best thing I can, that's the best thing I can suggest with how I do it anyway. Started this hobby with Chaos Space Marines at 40k and just had to stop. 30 of them on the kill team. Yeah, like, that's why I don't ask for any chaos stuff. I don't want to paint chaos. They're too crazy. There's too much detail. There's too much going on with them that it just overwhelms me, and I just don't like it. Again, love the models, but yeah, it's just too much going on Chaos Marines and chaos in general. All right, we're gamers speaking. I gotta go work out here. Good, man. Enjoy your workout. Same here. A couple blocks, K-box, and MMA. Nice. Enjoy your sessions, guys. It seemed like a great bunch of lads over at Play on. Their Discord is quite similar to yours in the sense of the community helping each other. Love it. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any doubt. Like they seem like great dudes. I mean, from the accent, I'm not sure. Are you from Liverpool? American? No, I'm Northern Irish. Close. There's a body of water. But Liverpool's like that. Liverpool. Hopefully I'm not offending anyone, but that's pretty much what Liverpudlians sound like. And Americans, like, I get it. Like, I could not tell the difference between a lot of American accents unless they're very characteristic. So yeah, there's no offense taken at all. Maybe tabletop tactics. Yes, that'd be cool. I'd love to do that. Hey, dude, are you going to see some more Trogoth battle reports? That last one was epic. Thank you very much. Yeah, I would love to. My wife Janice loves playing with them, so I was just worried that it didn't want to be the same armies in every single battle report. But I have a feeling that Trug might make a comeback. I have a feeling. Honestly, I was so happy with the paint job that I want to show him off more. So yeah, that's why he's going to come back. Best part of martial arts, good. I didn't know you're in fitness before this hangout. I lost fitness completely after uni 7 years ago. I need to read your book now. Dude, honestly, read it. It will help you get into it. I designed it to be the easiest way for you to get into this. Like, I want to break down as many barriers as you possibly can. I mean, that's kind of why it's called like fitness without limits. Like there shouldn't be any limits on how you get into it and your progress. So yeah, I would highly recommend the book. There's a link for it. There you go, just copy and paste it there. Again, if you get it, please give it a read through. Leave an Amazon review. It means a massive amount. So yeah, that would be awesome. And I will really help you. I promise you that. That's really easy to read as well. Being the tabletop is a great environment, hard to play. Nice, that'd be sick. Yeah, this year I would like to do more traveling to other people's places and just collaborate with them because you just get such a boost from it, and it's only going to help my channel grow. It's only going to maybe whatever growth they get from their channel. I doubt it. I doubt I'm going to bring much growth to anyone of these guys' channels, but yeah, it'd be cool just to hang out and speak to people who are passionate about something that I'm really passionate about, because that's to me what life's about. It's fun. Still do some exercises. Chris and chipping on me at children as well. So the audio book and re-listen, double trouble. Nice. Appreciate that, David. Right, I might have to go here because actually no, I can stay on a little bit longer. Yeah, I'll stay on for a little bit longer, and then I've got to do. I actually want to go play Monster Hunter, to be honest, the new Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm very keen to play that. Let me see. How's the video doing? By the way, guys, if you haven't already, go and drop a comment on the most recent video. It really helps with the algorithm. It helps show that it's interesting and people like it. So if you can, just go and drop a comment, whatever comment you want, make it funny. That's a demand. No, dude, honestly, yeah, just any time you get a chance to support the channel, liking, commenting, sharing it apparently. So if you go to the share button and then just share it to like someone who likes Warhammer, apparently YouTube like sees that. It's like, oh hey, cool, that's getting someone to come into the channel. So my friends always do that. They'll take my video and link it to me just to kind of get the algorithm to be like, hey, this is good, we should suggest this. So if you're watching this or after this, go and drop a comment. Keep it simple, and it mean a lot to me. Plus, if I see you guys on the comments and then I see you guys here, I kind of get to know you guys even more, and that's what I want. I want this to feel like just a big nerdy club that I know as many of you guys as possible. Stephen, I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much, sir. I'm about to clip something off that shouldn't be clipped off. No, we're good. I prefer simple play style. I get more of the game. Yeah. So okay. So again, it comes down to what models then you would like to paint. Like, look at the models. I would say if you can. This is talking to Joe, by the way, about his spearhead. Flick through and create like a short list of about 5 armies that you'd be like, yeah, I think that would be a fun play style, and those models look awesome. Then just go from there. And if you want, just ask me in the Discord, and we can maybe vote on it in the Discord if you wish. What is happening here? What is going on with this dude? Is that going there? Is that going there? Where are you going? Have I not put something on? No. What is happening here? Ogres are great. In fact, I think it was Rob, the Honest Wargamer. I think he was talking about that. If you watch that same video, Stephen. The only thing I would say is that ogres, I feel like, are probably going to get updated very soon. I actually have their spearhead box unbuilt, like in the secret room in the Warhammer room. So Joe, if you want them, you can have them as well. They're just sitting there, Again, I think that they're going to get updated, but still, you probably use them. Actually turned down the opportunity back to compete in boxing. Had too many fights. Oh yeah, dude, that sucks about the head injuries. Like messing up the brain. Scary. It's good to see American football taking that as seriously as they are now as well. The CTE. I mean, it's unfortunate you see it manifesting itself in some of the ex-players as well, which is really, really sad to see. Right, okay, so you're like that. You're rooting for tomorrow. Eagles. I'm rooting for the Eagles because my wife's an Eagles fan, and I was saying earlier, like, I'm more of a player supporter than a team supporter. I'm a big fan of Saquon Barkley. I just think that dude is he's just a dude. I think Saquon is such a good guy, and I actually I've like not a history with him in any sense of the word, but I did a show back in 2018 with guys who played on Penn State football team, and I think they just missed him. Like, so they had friends who knew of him, and he was a freak athlete, a freak. So just listen to them tell me stories about him, and then following him, going up in the NFL, getting drafted to the Giants, unfortunately. Yeah, I just have a thing for a thing for Saquon. That sounds weird. I have an appreciation for him a lot, and he just seems like a good dude. So yeah. I have not watched rugby in a while. In fact, I watched the last rugby match I watched was last week with my friends in Bristol, but I have not watched it in a brave long time. I used to play it a lot growing up. That was my main sport when I got on the field because I was too small to play, so I never got playing. But yeah, as bad as it is, I'm an England supporter as well because of my dad. My dad's English, so you had to support England. And that was always fun to explain to my friends. Right, what is going on with this guy? Why can't I work out how he's touching? Is it like that? I cannot work out how this guy crit talks. Let's see your backside. Where are you, mate? Yeah, nice. Nice. Yeah, if you're on the Discord, guys, help Joe decide what AOS faction to go with. This is so strange. Why is this not working? Is it like that? I cannot get this to work. Yeah, Stephen. Yeah, I know. Trust me. I grew up dealing with it, with the England hate, being from Northern Ireland. But even that's the thing. Being from Northern Ireland, you're like the redheaded stepchild of every nation. You're not Irish. You're not English. You're your own thing, and yet everyone calls you Irish. But the Irish team is not really representative of the Northern Irish team. I had a couple of friends who played like high level rugby, and they even said like, yeah, if you're a Northern Irish, the Irish team don't really see you as part of their team, which is sad. Good for your father. Good for you. Where the heck is this supposed to go? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to use you as a guide. There we go. Some models just do not go together the way you think they would. Right, okay, so it's going to stick there. Let's give this a go. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. Let's see. Okay, so line you up there. All right. Go there. Oh, is that why? Okay, hold on. Wish I could listen to music at the same time as this, but you get like done for copyright, wouldn't you? There we go. Oh, that's why. Okay, it didn't actually connect. That's so strange. Sorry, I'm just chatting to myself here. See if I've missed anything. French. Hello, Jeff. Using AirPod. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I actually only have one AirPod as well because the other one broke. So I've got a very pretty functioning set of headphones, but that might actually work. Thank you very much, Truffle Shuffle. Have a good weekend. Thanks for stopping by. You know what? I might. Yeah, I'm going to finish this guy, and then I'm going to go down and start airbrushing. I was going to finish all the storm vermin as well, but I think I might just leave them and just get these guys sprayed up because I feel like I'm going to be here for a long time. Otherwise, there we go. Get in. I appreciate it, Stephen. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, hope your weekend's good. Kind of Skaven army you're working on? So I just got sent all the new kit by Games Workshop a couple months ago. So I'm not leaning into like a specific army type. I'm just going to paint up and play with a bunch of them. But I think I'm going to try the Molder clan because I've got the big Brood Terror, and I've got the Rat Ogres, and I'm actually got the Master Molder downstairs. That's who I built this morning. That's what kind of started this Skaven renaissance, as it were. So yeah, I'm going to be playing with them, seeing how they play. But it looks like a lot of fun. So I've only really played with the cities so far, and Cities of Sigmar are good, but I realize that they're quite challenging to play with. Just with all their like orders and stuff. Then on top of just trying to keep track of that, and as I said, I want to play this game to have fun. I don't want to try to be forgetting. It's very very hard to remember everything that you've got to do. So sometimes it's just nice to play with a more simplistic army, and that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, Terror Cecil. There he is. There's the legend himself. I will be seeing you next week, Dave. Not next week, the following week. What do you think of energy drinks and spot your monster there? Everything in moderation, dude. I have a monster because I don't drink coffee. Yeah, it's so funny how people look at. I mean, the amount of people that look at me whenever I have a monster, like I've got 6 heads. I'm like, I literally only drink water. Other than that, so yeah, a monster, not an issue. Again, everything in moderation. The danger is in the dosage. That's what I always say to my clients. And yeah, having the odd monster is not gonna kill you unless you're allergic to it, in which case you probably shouldn't be drinking it. Again, that's kind of the problem with people with nutrition is they overthink things so much, and it always comes back to just like are you abusing it? Yes or no? No, then fine. If you are, maybe don't. Yeah, I mean, some people do. Like, I mean, as I said, whenever I was in Bristol last week with my friends, they had 4 coffees. They have 4 coffees a day. And I was just like, that is mad. I thought having a monster is like, I was like, oh, I can't, I don't need to have a monster. I just enjoy it because, as I said, all I drink is water. So having a monster, I'm like, oh, and I was like, no, actually, okay. Them having 5 coffees a day, 4 or 5. Like I said to them, like, how many do you drink a day? And they're like, 4, 5. And I was like, whoa. And again, they're all fine. So, and yeah, again, I appreciate it's just the curiosity thing, by the way. I'm not getting bent out of shape. Trust me. As a fitness professional, you put anything near your face and people are like, oh, you can have that? I'm like, yes, I can. It is funny though. It's funny how people think, like what people's perspective is. And I think it's all pushed by like interviews and stuff that you see in Hollywood and stuff like that. I was like, oh, how'd you get lean for this thing? Oh, I ate like a bodybuilder for 6 weeks and it's unhealthy. And I'm like, yeah, because it is. But that's like where most people unfortunately get their knowledge from. To that extreme, obviously, not everyone, but that's just an example. And the way that Hollywood do anything is just crazy and not sustainable for me. I don't care what someone did over a 12-week period. I care what they do for the rest of their life. And Dave is the perfect person, and Joe as well. Dave, I was telling them about our conversation just moved, and how cool it's been for me personally to see like what you've done and how long you've been doing it, and the difference it's made to you and everything. It's just I'm so proud of the fact that I got to play a small role in that. It's amazing. I get headaches when I don't have coffee. Again, yeah, that's standard. I mean, caffeine is a drug at the end of the day, and if you have it a lot, then you're you're going to get the withdrawal symptoms of it. I mean, that's what the guys who drank 5 coffees a day said to me. Like, it takes about 2 to get rid of my headache. And I was like, whoa, okay. The funny thing is like, I never got into coffee because the guys I used to live with in Belfast. So I lived in Belfast with a couple of my friends, and they were all like at 21. None of them could speak to you before they had their coffee. And I was like, that's probably not good. And now, again, none of them can function without having their coffee. And it's like, I don't want to be reliant on that stuff. But yeah, I've had my fair share of pre-workouts and caffeine drinks. Yeah, Joe, have a good one. Appreciate it. I drink decaf. Time to move. Dave is here. You come across a lot of extremes when you're nutrition social media. Yeah, you do. Like it's scary because the thing is, and that's what I say to people all the time. That's what I say to my clients all the time as well. If I come on and say, "Hey, look, guys, you just need to have moderation. You need to do your best." That's not sexy enough. People, that's not going to get people's attention. Where if I say, "If you drink this, you're going to die," people are like, "What's he saying now?" Do you know what I mean? Like it's all sensationalist, and unfortunately, the people who are speaking the truth, people like myself who know what it takes and have an extensive knowledge in this stuff, they know what it is, but it's just hard to market that stuff because people don't want to hear it. People want to know like, oh, what's the shortcut? What's the secret to this? What's the secret to that? How do you do this? How do you do that? I'm like, just doing the basics over and over and over and over again. Just like painting Warhammer. Like if you were giving anyone advice on how you paint Warhammer, what would you say? Oh, I did this course and that taught me like, yeah, cool, you could do a course, but at the end of the day, you need to put paint on a model and you need to do it a lot of times to get better at it. And I always use my example of the first orc I ever painted to show that to people. It's like, look, this is where I started. This is where I am today. I didn't just go from this to that overnight. It took me, how old am I? 25 years ish, 27 years to get to where I am. Again, on and off, but people unfortunately want results like that, and that's just not how life works. Results that happen like that are usually they come and they go as quick as that. Whereas my whole approach is, as I said, I care about what you're doing, 20 years time, like not 20 weeks time. Marketing consistency isn't glamorous. Dave, yeah, nailing it. It's not glamorous at all. Like it's not sexy. People don't care for that, but consistency is the basis of everything that we do. Like that's it. You are what you do the majority of the time. Not all the time, but the majority. And that's consistency. And that's how Dave has been able to get to the shape that he's in, because he didn't walk one day and be like, cool, I moved. You've done it consistently over, how long has that been now? Nearly 2 years since we had that conversation. Say no more. Two-year, yeah, it's been 2 years. Did you look back at the photos? Like even the photos of us whenever I came to the bunker the first time, when I met you for the first time, like the difference in the photo from then to now. And then the videos, like I remember you showing me the video, it was the big one of the apocalypse battle. And yeah, your face was like, it's so different. Now you got that chiseled jaw, you sexy man, you. There you go. Well done, Dave. There's another Dave. Yeah. Life's better when you know Daves. All the Daves I know are absolute legends. There's one of his little rat friends. Half the chat is Dave. My middle name's David as well, so there you go. We should just start a council of Daves and then half Daves. I believe I would be a half Dave. The Daves are here to play. They're here to play. Yes. Dave, what do you think of the top? Let me know. I'm gonna have to wash it at some point before I come over because I've not taken it off. There we go. Okay, that goes in there. Nice. Something so satisfying when a model just like fits perfectly in the first attempt. Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you. Thank you for permission to join in the council. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, so the tops are now available um, on the channel. So if you go, I think you have to be on your laptop potentially, but if you go on the laptop or desktop, you can see the little the store for your tops. I got this, and then there's one that just says like 5+ armor save, which I think is cool. I actually really want one of those as well. But yeah, if anyone wants to get it, massively help support the channel. It's awesome for me to see like people repping my stuff, and Dave, it'd be sick to see you in it. Like that'd be amazing. So yeah, if anyone wants to be as cool as Dave, go and check out the store. Said I launched it yesterday. Been something I've been very excited for as well. Yeah, dude. I mean, I think we talked about this, but I've been working in this industry for 15 years in the health and fitness industry, and there's standout cases of things that I'll always be proud of. Like there's some just people I've helped and been able to without sounding dramatic, like change their lives. And Dave is one of those people that I will forever be proud of. The fact that I played that small role in him getting to where he is today, because it's hard. It's hard to change someone's view on something they've had their entire life. That is one of the most challenging aspects of my job, is that you're coming into someone's life trying to help them achieve something, but knowing full well that you're going to have to change their behavior and how they accept things and how they internalize things. And that is so hard. Like if you've been eating a certain way or living a certain way for the majority of your life, that is hard to do, regardless of what it is. So the fact that when some people just take it like Dave did and just be like, right, I'm going to do this, and they stick to it, it's so rewarding for me. Like it's such a cool thing to see. Nothing better. Can't stick around, but looking forward to watching this later. Going to start my first ever Stormcast. Nice. Yes, please do put it up in the Discord. That'd be awesome to see. Breaking routine is horrible. Starting one is even more struggling. That's it, dude. Like again, what I always say to people is make it as easy as possible for yourself. Don't try and overcommit. It's so often you see people saying, right, I'm going to do this, and then they change about 10 different things. Just focus on one. Get to the gym. Just try and get to the gym once a week, and do that until that becomes just part of your daily routine. Once you've been doing that consistently for at least 3 or 4 weeks, then add something else in. It could be going to the gym again a second time. It could be going out for a walk for 5 minutes after you've eaten a meal. It could be having a piece of fruit, like simple. I say this in the book, like you want to bet on yourself. We've got this fantastic ability in our heads to decide instantly whether something is realistic for us or not. So let's test this out, right? So if I say to you guys, I want you to run for 30 minutes every single day, your brain automatically goes, nah, I probably can't do that. Whereas if I say, okay, I want you to consciously walk, so get up and walk for 3 minutes every single day, or maybe 3 times a week. Suddenly your brain's like, yeah, I can do that. That's how you do it. That's how you build it up. You make things so simple that it's impossible for you to fail. Once you do that, you've established a good sense of momentum. Once people get that momentum, and once they see that the things they are doing are getting them where you want to be, like Dave, it wasn't a single walk that got Dave to where he is. It wasn't a single thing. It was consistently doing that thing, but building it up and up and up and up, but at a pace that doesn't become daunting. I always use like the stairs, like looking at stairs, like people try to get to the top of the stairs one step at a time. Focus on just putting one foot, get confident with that, then another, then another. Don't try and jump up 7 flights of stairs, an entire flight of stairs at one time. That's ridiculous. You're going to smash your shins, and that really hurts. No one likes to smash shin. I find it's very helpful to think of things in the present tense instead of I'm saying I will work out today. I say I will work out today. Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Like, again, like it's a game of mental chess that you're playing with yourself. And When you're playing against yourself, you know all the moves that you're going to make. So then you have to go, okay, well, I know if I do this, then I'm going to do this, or this is the excuse I'm going to make. So how do I navigate around that? And that's honestly that's been the game changer for me, is understanding that it is a game. At the end of the day, it's like Warhammer, playing a game Warhammer against yourself. You're not going to surprise yourself. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, oh my word, I made that move that I wasn't expecting myself to do. Same thing. You need to just trick yourself. And I've done that so many times. Cannot tell you how many times I've tricked myself into going down to the gym by going, you know what, I'll just go down and do one exercise and then I'll leave. But then I go down and do that exercise, knowing full well that once I do that one exercise, I'm like, well, I'm here already. May as well do the rest of the workout. Cannot tell you how many times I've done that to myself. But that has got to be the biggest game changer. And Dave, I love that approach as well. That's so cool. This is how I know I love what I'm doing, because I've just finished making that video. Like, I literally finished editing it about 9 o'clock last night. And at 9 o'clock this morning, I was up building these guys. That's how you know you're doing something you love. And the fact that the support I'm getting from you guys is as strong as it is only solidifies that. Like, I'd be doing this regardless of how many views and stuff I got, but the fact that the channel is going the way it's going it's amazing. So again, thank you all for showing up and hanging out with me while I build some rats. Here we go. All right. Nice. Big advocate of this, but notice that people struggle to take lesser tasks because they think it's less impactful. Yeah, like, I agree. Like, that's something I have to constantly deal with my clients, and getting them to realize that the little things add up. They have a compounding effect. Like, it's amazing how human logic just gets thrown out the window when it comes to stuff like this. Like, I'd say most people know what they need to do, but then they go, oh, well, that's not enough. I'm like, well, it's better than nothing, right? Like, inefficient action is always going to beat perfect intentions. That's what I say to my clients all the time. Like, imperfect action beats perfect intentions. Perfect intentions are just that. They're in your head. They don't exist. Action is what you need. And accept the fact that your actions, if you're going to be starting something new, are going to suck. Like, your first model you paint, you know that it's probably not going to be that good. Why not apply that to every other aspect of your life? Like, whenever you're trying to get into shape, understand the fact that your first session is probably not going to go that well, but getting it done means a lot. You build it up from there. I also accept the fact that most of my gym sessions will be average. My energy levels won't peak. I'm tempted to cut things short. So, dude, yeah, exactly. Like, what I call checkbox sessions. They're there, they're done. That's all that matters. And yeah, I said this analogy the other day when I was speaking to one of my clients, is the fact that we, for some reason, seem to think that every day is sliced the same. And I use the example of, like, if I give you guys an orange and told you to cut it into 8 segments, for example, and I say to you, I want every single one of those segments to be exactly the same, you'd look at me like I had 6 heads and be like, no, that's impossible. How could I do that? Why do we apply that to our days? Not every day. What I did yesterday is not what I've got going on today. Life kind of changes every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, every single decade. Expecting the same from each day is kind of ridiculous. So what you can achieve during the summer months is not what you can achieve during the winter months, and you need to be able to fluctuate and constantly, a dimmer switch is a great example. People have either an on or an off, either I'm doing it or I'm not, where you need to have like a dimmer switch approach to it. Like, okay, look, I can give this much energy to today. Some days you're going to be able to give way more, some less. Fluctuate, give what you've got in the day that's going to make you go to bed and feel proud of what you've done. Just like Dave was saying there, like, just accept the fact that some of your sessions are going to be average. Some of your efforts are going to be average, but average is better than not happening at all. So average actually exists, whereas all those perfect intentions you have in your head, they stay there. They don't get out of there. So yeah. I should be sat listening to this while doing my Saturday morning stuff. I just want to say thank you for reiterating things we all know Jake doing. Starting small, make progress is a great start. You're 100% right. Like, it's about making things as easy for you as possible. And you guys all know this. Like, you guys, I believe that people have all this in their head, but then they get the amount of shit that's out there on social media it gets confusing. Like, I mean, Josh, perfect example. Like, we know we're both coaches. We know how much bullshit there is out there, and I can get why people get confused. Like 100%. You go, 80% of one model painted is better than zero. There you go. Yeah. I would like to see you paint more, Josh. I would, even if I have to come and stand over the top of you and watch you paint it. I could do that. Someone says, okay, it's a sign of the person who's experienced many gym sessions. Yeah, true. Very, very true, Dave. This model was sick looking. It's such a shame he's not as good in the game as he is, but I mean, as I said to you guys before, the hobbying is more my thing than the games. The games, yeah, cool, but if I enjoy painting the model, that's more important to me than the rules, because as I said earlier, rules constantly change, but the models don't. So I work 9 to 5 days a week. I train after work, dude. First of all, like, respect. Like, I don't work a 9 to 5. I work very nice hours, and it's still difficult for me to train, and my gym is in my house. So the fact that you guys can get yourself to the gym after going to work, absolutely respect you. Like, that's something I hope you appreciate. Like, I hope you appreciate about that, that about yourself, because it's so easy to compare yourself to everyone else, and the fact that you're getting to the gym is huge. So well done, dude. If Greg Hines, John, I have piles of fully painted models. Yeah. Yeah. Well, gray's a color, right? Right over the head for painting. I prime some minis black with brushes. Again, yeah, that's another great way of doing it. Like, sometimes I could not be bothered sitting down and getting all the paints out. Now it is much easier now I've got this room set up, but just getting something primed to then put yourself in the environment where you can then actually just go. Like, yeah. So one of the pieces of advice I give someone who was like, how do you paint so much? I'm like, I have it available. I have it ready, sitting out. If it's away, it's out of my mind, and it's another obstacle I need to get around just to get doing the thing I want to do. And unlike a lot of hobbies, this hobby takes significant energy. You talk about like playing video games, like, you sit down on the sofa, you pick up the controller, press a button, done. Like, done. That's you. You're playing your game. That's you doing your hobby. Warhammer's not as easy as that. So you need to set up your environment to make it as easy as possible for yourself. Where does this go? Oh, okay. Whoops. I've missed a step, it would seem. Perfect sessions are the outliers to skew the average. Yeah, dude, exactly. Like, in like 100 sessions, I would say about 10 are great, about 20 are crap, and then the rest are just fine. Just fine. I think I might need to open a window. My head is getting sore from this glue. What is your favorite iOS faction? Are we going to get some more videos on it? Lore is something I would like to get into more of. Again, I have the opinion of, there's so many great channels out there that do lore videos and do battle reports, and I feel like I don't know if I could add much to it. Josh, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you later on tonight. I don't know if I could add much to it at the moment, but it's something I would like to get more involved. I think the podcast that Lloyd and I are going to be doing, I think that might be a great way to explore that aspect of it. So yeah, I think we'll get into it at some point. But my favorite faction, that's a good question. I'm gonna cheat on this answer and just say lots of them, because I just appreciate so many of them. Even in 40k, I'm the same. Like, obviously I've got the Blood Angels, like, they're my boys, but I like and appreciate so many other factions. that it feels hard to say like a definitive answer. But let me give you something. I think the Cities of Sigmar are pretty cool because it's just dudes and women trying to face off against the most. I mean, if this thing came up to me, I'm not doing anything other than just sprinting in the opposite direction. If an orc came up to me or even got close to me, I'd be like, yep, I'm out. I think the fact that these humans are literally just going for it against all that is amazing. Demons, it's crazy, but yeah, I think I appreciate the Cities of Sigmar quite a lot for that reason. Is this gonna stick or not? Sleep, yes, dude. Yeah, I mean, there's an entire chapter of my or like segment of my book right there based on sleep. That's so important. Like I can't even. I mean, I could talk about it forever, but I mean, you think about it. If someone is in a bad mood, what do you say? Someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Yep, because sleep is integral to our health, our performance, our mood, our hormones, and yet people, for some reason, are like, oh, I wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm grinding and blah blah blah. That whole toxic culture is the worst. Like, who's really bad for it? The Rock. Like, I know I'm speaking badly about The Rock, but I feel like The Rock's kind of fallen out of people's graces of late. But I've always said from the start, like his approach to his life is one that people should not look at as an example. Like I'm up at 4 a.m. working out and reading books and like it's just making you feel bad about things you should not feel bad about. I changed career because I couldn't sleep, which I know sounds ridiculous, but I couldn't sleep, and that's how I got sick. That's how I got hospitalized twice because my routine for sleep got broken so badly from working in the film industry that I had to quit a job that I, had wanted since I was a kid. Now, again, that was the best decision I ever made, but it still sucked not being able to do the thing I loved because I could not sleep. I couldn't. I was waking up at 4 a.m. to be on set. I was the last person to leave. Then I couldn't sleep because I was only 18. I wanted to hang out with my friends and play PlayStation with them, and I just wanted to be a teenager, and I couldn't. And then I was burning candle at both ends as such, and ended up getting really sick and being hospitalized. So I had to leave a career that I thought I was going to be in for the rest of my life. And that was a big time. That was a lot of that was based on lack of sleep in my health. So sleep is very, very, very important, Dave. Very, very good point. Why won't you stick, you son of a... Is that it? Is that the way you look? There's me saying how nicely these goes together, and then this little guy's just being a pain in the ass. I can sleep forever. I think feeling really muddy again. Like everyone's got like a natural circadian rhythm of how much sleep they need. Everyone's different. Again, that's why any piece of advice you see on social media, you need to take with a grain of salt because they're just speaking to the masses, not you. So you need to find out what works for you, and that's why you should never compare yourself to anyone because it's kind of pointless. Well, I mean, kind of entirely. How about every faction like death, destruction? Destruction. It's hard to beat orcs. I think the Ironjaws are amazing. I think the ogre. Damn it! I love all of them. I love all of them, K-Mag. Like I love all the factions. I think I appreciate all the factions. Some of them from a distance, as in like I appreciate them, but I wouldn't collect them. But yeah, most of them, I'm like, hey, that's pretty sick. And again, like the writing's so good, and that just speaks to the quality of the writing for a lot of them. I don't think any faction is written that poorly in terms of the lore. It affects my mental health too. Yep, 100%, dude. But can I make a suggestion on the Patreon? I know I can just look up a video, maybe kick tutorial. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I could probably do that. It's funny because, as I've said a couple times, like I feel like I'm not the right person to ask for painting advice or really any advice when it comes to this, because there's so many people who are out there who are better than me at it. But if you guys want it, I'm more than happy to provide. I could definitely do that. Definitely stick that up on the Patreon. I appreciate you asking as well. But yeah, I've always got the kind of rule: if I don't know enough about something, I'm always going to suggest where you could go instead. I'm not going to be saying that I know everything about everything, because that's not how I like to do things. If I don't know, I'm going to tell you, but I'm also going to try and help you in giving someone, sending you over to someone who does know what they're talking about. Yeah, that's a very valid point. Never thought of it like that either. Again, I think that's just my own, my own opinion of it. But I think, yeah, you could look at some of the best Zenithal and you're like, oh, well, they're using something I don't have. Cool. So that's immediately out the window. But yeah, there we go. He's done. Excellent. Yeah, I'm sure I could do that. Would you like it to be airbrush or paint brush? I suppose I could do both. I could do both. Got the airbrush. I've got that primed up. I could do brushes. Yeah, I could do either. Right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks so much. That was 2 hours. My word, time has gone by quickly. I'm going to go get some food, and I'm going to prime these guys and give them a little paint up. But guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Really, really appreciate it. Let me see. Yeah, dude, you have to pick one up, Dave. We're gonna have to get a photo of us wearing them both together. So check it out. More war merch. More war merch. There we go. I'll try not to slur my words next time. Yeah, dude, I will see you soon. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone stopping by. Have a good weekend, and I will see you all soon. Bye.